Hey, it's your girl Toya the Bossy One, back again for the one time. Let me move my little post-it notes out the way so y'all don't be in my business because I am sitting at my desk. So, let me just say, first of all, I have been in wife beater mode, okay? Sister girl done got her a pack of wife beaters and lost the dang on man. I ain't wore a shirt in a week. So, hey, it is what it is. But I just wanted to come through because, man, should have been back, but I have been on vacay and traveling and working and then getting over the C-19 situation. So, after all of that went down, I guess, I was missed. So I have been on a little mini vacay, after that whole debacle went down. So I'm back and I'm back. Now, I do have my old video that I did in a car when I was addressing or doing the part 2 of my assessment on the Miss Mercedes Moore situation. I don't know. I think it's kind of like past this date, but I can still upload it. But the reason why I didn't is because I was not in I was in my car, but it wasn't at a good angle. So I felt like the video was not a good look. So I tried to put it in like a black and white and do like that, Rio Speedwagon type of, take on me type of mode. But my son said that the black and white was corny. So I was like, you know what? They younger than me. I don't want people on here laughing at me talk about what she upload that's corny. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna not. But I will say this much. For that situation, I would say, in a nutshell, if any young lady wants to get into that lifestyle, which me, myself personally, I would not suggest, but I mean, to each their own. I can't tell anyone how to live their life because ultimately we're going to, and I'm just shutting down my computer, but we're going to do whatever it is that we want to do, whatever makes us happy. That's just how it goes. That's life, period, across the board. So if that type of a lifestyle is what gets you from point A to point B, and that's something that you seriously want to do with your life, my only advice to young ladies would be this. Get yourself, they go by many different names. You can get yourself an assistant. You could get yourself some security. You could get yourself a handler, or you could get yourself a PIMP. But you need somebody in place to protect you when you're doing these type of things, especially if you're doing them under the pretense that maybe you might want more, or the person that you're dealing with wants more out of you, but the money is so good that you want to keep drawing that money in, but you don't want to tell them the truth that is, I don't want to deal with you, or I don't see you in that light, or no, I don't want you for a boyfriend, or no, this engagement is all a hoax and I'm just doing this to get your money. So if you don't want to say those words, then my suggestion would be to get you some type of an assistant and, have them present whenever you're dealing with these said individuals, especially if you're bringing them to your home, because people are going to want to return on their investment. And when you're a small lady, or it doesn't even have to be a small lady, just being a lady, we need to really accept the fact that we are physically inferior to men. And, well, some of us are. Most of us are. I'm pretty sure there's some women out there that can beat the brakes off of a man. Myself, personally, I can't. So for those of us that are in that position where we can't, either you need to keep your on me at all times when you're dealing with these individuals, or have yourself some form of security. So that way when situations go awry, someone can step in to de-escalate. That's just my suggestion. If you're going to be in this lifestyle, then protect yourself all the way around the board. You have some adult stars that I have heard interviews with that say when they go in public, they have security just because people are crazy. And if you're in the business of taking someone's money, and especially if you don't want to give what they want, which is that return on that investment, then you need to have certain things in place for those type of a situation, because those type of situations do come about, especially when you're dealing with somebody and you're playing with their funds. That's just how it goes, I've been ready to jack up people for less. So thousands of dollars, nice homes, nice cars, jewelry that is actually real and not costume, those things cost. And everyone is not going to just walk away and say, hey, well, it is what it is. And calling off an engagement, to some people is very serious. It's very, very serious. In our society, unfortunately, and I can only speak of my community, I can't speak of any other community, but unfortunately, some of us don't take marriage as serious as others do. And we look at it like how we look at love. Some people just say, I love you out the blue for no reason, and they really don't love you. And some people will say, I do, just to get that diamond ring. I don't know all the particulars of her situation. I've stated that so many times that the only thing that I know is what's on social media. So I'm not here to judge her nor condemn her. I have no heaven or hell to put her in. So still, always, and forever rest in heaven, baby girl. I'm just saying, going forward, if any female happens to come across my video, and that's the type of lifestyle that you want to lead as far as dealing with different men for currency, I would suggest that you get yourself some type of a security. And I'm not saying that Miss Moore did that. I'm just saying, in the nutshell, with all the things that have been going on, especially dealing with just that situation of losing lives at this point in time, because there are so many situations that are going on right now in social media, I'm sure you guys are aware of, where people are losing their lives, and it's not just women. So even some of these men need to think about some protection. But definitely to my ladies that, are in the nightlife, please consider getting yourself some form of protection, because people are crazy and they don't take no for an answer. Now, the reason that I wanted to jump in right quick, other than saying hey to y'all, is to also say that, when you get a certain age, do you. Just do you. Don't worry about what nobody has to say. Don't worry about the haters, because they're going to hate. Because people will hate on you because they're not you, or they don't have access to you in a certain way. So people are going to talk. I remember I was watching the Gilly and Wallow podcast, and Wallow had made a video where he said, they're gonna talk about you regardless, so do what you do. They're gonna hate on you regardless, so do what you do. They're gonna laugh at you regardless, so do what you do. It does not matter. Being out of town this past weekend and having the opportunity to physically meet in person and take a picture with one of my favorite rappers that I have just been put up on, Conway the Machine, yes. It took me on a whole, it took me on a whole nother level of excitement. And just to know that someone that cared about me and knew, that I was into this as well, as they are, and took me out of town to go see a show. I mean, it just made me look at things so differently. You get what I'm saying? Just knowing that I meant enough to someone that once I got over my sickness, they wanted to enjoy some time. That stuff should not be taken lightly for anyone. But the only way to get these results or to have things or to enjoy your life is to be authentic to who you are, whomever it is, at whatever age you want. Heck, this morning I just posted up a video of me dancing to Too Sexy by Drake. So do what you will. You only have one life. You only have one legacy. There's only one of you. And it doesn't make a difference what anybody has to say. It doesn't make a difference who's laughing, who's smiling, because those people aren't with you when you close your eyes at night in your home, unless you're married to them. But if it's just online, these people aren't going to bed with you, and they're not waking up with you. And when you finally take your final rest, they're not going to be there. So do what makes you happy. Do what makes you smile. And don't worry about the repercussions of anybody else or their miserable situation or the fact that they are just that jaded that they'll be watching your every step, so that anything you do, they try to find a way to weasel in to insult. And be mindful that some insults don't come right as an insult. Some insults get snuck in, and you have to kind of read between the lines to see that somebody is trying to be, It's very, 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 very noticeable if you pay attention to it. But I wouldn't say dwell too much on it, because if they have an issue with you, that says more about them than it does about you. You let them live it that way, and you continue to live your life. So that's all I have to say today. You guys need to check out that Marcy Made documentary too. I had the liberty to view it, and I thought it was pretty darn interesting. So if you guys have some free time, slide over to Amazon Prime and order that Marcy Made by D. Haven Irby and check that bad boy out and tell me what you guys think about that. If you happen to watch it, drop down in the comments section and let me know what you think about it. I really want to review it, but you know, I tend to catch on to things, I guess, later after everyone else because I really don't march by the beat of anyone else's drum. So I don't know if anybody wants to do a recap of it, but I definitely wouldn't mind doing it because that whole little situation is a rabbit hole that is so freaking deep. Like, I'm talking about all the way back to like African Bambaataa. So if you want to go down that, and I'm talking about all of those, anybody from New York that came up in that era, you guys probably know better than me. But that whole New York era, all of those people were all interconnected with each other, like tight. And I had no freaking clue. So check it out. Like I stated, it's on Amazon Prime. It's on Prime Video, Marcy Made. And if you guys want to do a recap on it or a discussion, I would definitely be happy to do that. You guys could drop down in the comment section and just say, hey, you know, do what you do and we can get to it. But until then, I want you guys to always remember to be prolific, be abundant, do something good for yourself, and always, always do something good for somebody else. Until we talk again, y'all, peace out.